Hola a todo, este es un episodio de música, lo siento, pero este episodio no es interesante. Entonces, música, lo siento.
Hey folks, Dati from the future here. Now, if you're not familiar with this practice, if this is your first series with me in which you've encountered one of these redo episodes, let me fill you in a little bit. Basically, my past self for sections of gameplay that were either too boring for normal commentary, or if I was just really lazy and didn't feel like talking that day. For those sections, he would put a track of music over the gameplay and just let that be the thing you listen to. You wouldn't really watch all that, you just put it on in the background and listen. Now, future me knows that's a kind of bad idea, because a lot of the music that my past self chose was copyrighted music, and that's not a good thing to have on your channel without explicit permission from the copyright holders. And that has bitten me in the back before. So, me, future self, many years later, I guess probably 6 years later now, because I'm recording in the year of our Lord 2015, I'm going back and replacing these commentaries. If you'd like to hear some more of these redo episodes, you can check out my Starly only run, my Hoppip only run, my Shiny Gold X playthrough, and my Slackoth only run. Or you can check out my new channel, Vitamin Dati, which is done more in the vein of these redo episodes, with more relevant commentary and much better audio-video quality. Anyway, we're here in Mount Moon, which I have strong memories of as a child, because this was the second place in the game that I got hopelessly lost. The first was my room in my house. I couldn't find the stairs, but this is the second one. And I think, I'm not going to try to justify that, because I was a dumb kid who didn't know how to navigate a 2D environment very well. But let's take a look. Let's think about the design of this dungeon. It's the second dungeon in the game. The first dungeon in the game is Viridian Forest, which is mostly linear. You can go off to the left at the beginning and grab a few items. Then once you head to the right, it funnels you all the way. There are no breaks, there are no side paths that are more than like 5 steps out of the way. I think there's one bit at the very end that you can go and grab an item, but you don't even lose sight of the original path. Here, there are a couple underground passages that will lead you off into these separate rooms like this. And I think for my young mind, that was really disorienting. I didn't have the mental capability to connect all these places spatially and form a comprehensive map of the area in my mind. So even though the main floor of the dungeon is actually a lot like Viridian Forest, a little optional path to the left, and then funnels you around kind of to the top left by the end of it, just like Viridian Forest actually. There are these underground passages that are optional, but Lord knows I went into them anyway and totally disoriented myself. And because you go through 2 scene transitions, I think I got spatially disrupted and didn't know like how to follow, and lost track of which direction I was going in the first place. And because of the small screen size, I didn't really have I couldn't see everything. So I would lose track of where I was. I guess that's my justification. I'm not going to defend it, because it's mostly me being a small child bad at video games, but hey, okay, it's a step up in navigational difficulty from Viridian Forest, which is cool, which is nice. It's cool that dungeons are actually getting noticeably more complex in design, even early on in the game. And I think that's neat. I think that's pretty great. And they continue to get more complex, as you'll definitely notice. Rock Tunnel is definitely a step up in confusingness, if not complexity, after Mount Moon, and then you get to Sylph Corporation and Victory Road, where there are strength puzzles, and you've Unknown Dungeon. There is a difficulty curve to the dungeons, not just in terms of level, but in terms of navigation, which I think is something that's crucially missing in a lot of RPGs. Anyway, back to my past self.
And we're back. I hope the music was to your liking. Anyway, ending the segment here. 2 significant fights coming up right there. 1 insignificant fight right here, pissing me off. Just ignore. So, quiet, walk away. Hello, Pikachu. We're going to go up those stairs right there. Next segment. I will see you next time.